Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva, when you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashiva, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashiva, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for the power of teleportation. Now let's go to the satsang for powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita Decoded.
I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Carolina, Hong Kong, Madurai, Toronto. I wanted to continue to expand on the subject which I was expanding yesterday, the science of creating space. This science is the most powerful, most sacred, and what Krishna calls in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yoga, means the royal knowledge, royal secret. This science needs so much of completion. If you just see the morning, today morning before the satsang starting, I asked some of our Swamis to do bhajan. This is going on for last 1 week. Still they are not even able to come to a visualization how they should present themselves. We may think just by the way of sitting, what is there, why Swamiji should take this so seriously. There are some stupid fellows thinking like that. Why is Swamiji so serious about every small point? Understand, authenticity aligns even the way you breathe, not just the way you sit and what you sit, not just your asana, the way you sit, it aligns even your breathing, your thinking. Sannyas starts with your ability to stand for your authenticity. If you have to do puja, your whole dress, the jewelry you are wearing, the marks you are wearing, your body language, the way your voice, everything has to change. If you are sitting and teaching, the way you sit, on which you sit, your asana, your body language, your words, everything has to change. That is what is authenticity. That is what is egolessness. Suddenly they asked me to sing. How can I? What do I know? Only today morning they called me. No, that is what I call ego. Understand, even in your life, you go on disrespecting the space you need to hold. When you are sitting in your office, if you do not know the laws of the people who are sitting around you and your team, and if you try to apply the laws of the house, the way you deal people in the house, if you try to use the same law with your team without bringing that completion, please understand, if you bring completion, your team, family, both will have same level of intense love, connection, Advaita state with you. But if you don't bring completion, the law of team is different, law of family is different. That is why the fellows who are having affairs in the office will never be successful in their career. Having affair in the office is suicide. Your career suicide. Whatever may be the profession you have taken up, if you have affair in the office, your whole career will die, because you will not have the right space for the office in office. First of all, understand the space you have inside you is like an inner organ. Just like your kidney, heart, intestine, your physical organs, the space you carry is an inner organ. If you are constantly carrying a depressed space or the impossible space, non-enthusiastic space, non-committal space, so much of arrogance and impossibility. I can say the modern day kids are cursed with this impossibility, because the bringing up of the urban lifestyle itself is impossibility. I have seen in my villages, one man will do electricity, plumbing, construction, anything you ask, he will do it. I have seen like that at least 100 people in villages. He will be the Nadaswaram, and don't think like a very cheap, low level quality of music he will do. He will be the village barber. I have seen. Those people only I have seen so egoless. The powerful space they will be holding. They may not have created wealth using that space, but I can tell you they have created life for themselves having that space. The urban bringing up first destroys your belief, the possible. The moment the possible is destroyed, every small thing is complicated. No one wants to look at the other side. Even a small thing you are brought up by constantly feeding impossible, impossible, impossible. Abusing the space you need to carry. Understand? Whether you are handling money in your life, business, or knowledge in your life, learning or teaching, or power in your life, means having somebody under you or being under somebody. Either a leader or follower. That is handling power. Handling knowledge means either a student or teacher. Handling wealth, either earning or sharing. Whatever you may think you are doing, please listen. Whether you handle life, whether you handle wealth, whether you handle power, if you don't know to create the space and melt down, your ego is enough to kill you. Your ego is enough to kill you. Anything which you are handling with your ego, without creating a space, you already internally aborted the possibility.
Beautiful, powerful cognition about our possibility and the space creation. Now let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana for the power of teleportation.
Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4 and 3.5. Yatha hi arto sputo drishta savadhane pichetasi bhuyah sputataro bhati swabalodhyoga bhavitaha tatha yat paramarthena yena yatra yatha stitam tatthatha balamaakramya nachirat sampravartate.
Spandakarika, Section 3, Vibhuti Spanda, 3.4, 3.5. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, indeed, as an object or static matter, which, in spite of all the attentiveness of the mind, is perceived and seen indistinctly at first, then appears and manifests more distinctly and clearly when observed with the strength of one's visual power. So when the yogi restores to the power of spanda, the dynamic activity, in its highest essential nature of oneness with Sadashiva, then whatever thing or object or idea which that static matter exist in the highest dimension in which the form, wherever, in whichever place or time, in whichever state or dimension, that thing of object at once appears to and manifest in that very way by the nature of the static existence. So beautiful, Bhagavan has given a powerful cognition how the space is very important. If you go on cherishing the space of the dullness, the tiredness, the boredom, the jealousy, the greedy, the guilty, all that which you experience, and if you keep on giving space for that, only that space grows. If you understand that, Bhagavan always says the beginner's mind, the Zen always follows that as a beginner's mind. You should always have an open mind to start living the highest reality. Once, when Swamiji came to Gurukul, Bhagavan came to Gurukul, he told one of the kid, when we were searching for kids to do in the Tamil language, he said to one kid, just download and stay, I'll take care. He really is a Telugu kid. He went and conducted a Tamil show, beautiful and successful, and Swamiji just manifested the language through him. And we have seen this happen also in Paramashivam program. A French girl just started speaking very fluent English with no grammatical mistake, was previous day crying for different things. Here Bhagavan gives us a powerful cognition that just if you let him to manifest and trust him and take few steps, even if you toggle between what you know and what you don't know what is happening, after sometimes you'll understand that he is the one who manifests through us even the smallest things, and our planning, our confusion is only going to create more confusion, and he calls it ego and arrogance, which is the solidifying patterns which we are holding, that we cannot learn or do something without knowing and doing. We can't just go and sit and do something and there'll be no professional of that. But all the balasans in different dimension, we have seen that they can manifest the powers just like that of any dancing, singing, clay molding, writing, reading, by just watching the others do. And here Bhagavan gives a very powerful cognition how you can move out of the space of all the powerlessness and declare yourself, I am Paramashiva, I cannot be powerless. Everything has to manifest through me as the ultimate. Giving that powerful cognition, let's go to the Apta Pramana. The Apta Pramana, sharing from Satyasai website, official website. Another important lesson I learned during the darshan is not to judge others. Swami knows the spiritual progress of each person and what they need. One day during the darshan, my line was first to go inside, and I was in the front row sitting near, and me and my side, a footpath was there, wearing a little dirty lungi. I thought that Swami will not look towards my side because villagers are usually not disciplined, and Swami loves discipline too. The contrary, Swami on the day walked slowly, looked at him, and asked him in Telugu, where did you come from? This man went into the bliss and did not speak a word. No, I noted that the villager was the most disciplined person sitting near me, and everyone else was getting up and moving around, causing confusion. Now you can see how Swami Sai Baba materialized the Vibhuti. Let's go to the Atma Pramana of Bhagwan materializing the kumkum in the Singapore Adinam.
Pranapratishtha of Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari and Nithyananda in Singapore. The Singapore deities were consecrated, the Pranapratishtha was done, and after the Pranapratishtha I said Kumkum and Vibhuti will materialize, and it has already started materializing on the deities. Means the Pranapratishtha is done, the process is complete. Beautiful. Now the Singapore temple and Sangha will happen beautifully, and Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari and Nithyananda, who are now gracing the Singapore, will bless the whole Singapore.
Atma Pramana, Apta Pramana. Now let's go to the Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi are the disciple devotees, Balasans all over the world, manifesting the power of teleportation.
Please close your eyes. Balasans, start manifesting. I bless you all. All of you will manifest. Start doing. So Shakti Nipada starts now. You can start doing. Adinavasis, if you guys want to practice for 10 minutes or sometime, you can sit and practice and go. Or if you guys want to continue the meeting, it's up to you guys. Can I? All Balasans, just same thing. Bring oneness, like a 3D printer, visualize what you want and just take it out of the Krishna. That's all. First start with powders, that will be easy. Vibhuti, kumkum, sandalwood paste, kadka pudi, all that kind of powders things. It will be a lot more easy. Maybe you can, each Balasan can have one or two Nithyananda participant. So they can choose what they want and then you materialize that.
मनोन्मणि पापनाशिनी त्रिभुवनपोषिणी विशेषिणी ज्ञानदायिनी नित्यानन्देश्वरि जगदीश्वरि शरणं श्री नित्य नित्येश्वरि करुणसागरी कमलपुष्पनेत्रसुन्दरी कन्याकुमारी कामनाशिनी सुभाषिनी विश्वरूपिणी नित्यानन्देश्वरि शरणं सर्वेश्वरि नित्य नित्येश्वरि शरणं सर्वेश्वरि नित्य नित्येश्वरि नित्येश्वरि शरणं नित्यानन्द जगदीश्वरि
So let's go to the instruction and the Pratyaksha Pramana for power of teleportation.
Pratyaksha Pramana. Scientific studies, what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science of teleportation. Science defines teleportation as a process by which an object is dematerialized and essential information about its atomic structure is sent to another point in space, where the object is instantaneously rematerialized or reassembled into its component atoms. Explained using quantum mechanics, teleportation is a mechanism by which information of the exact state of an atom can be transmitted from one location to another. In this process, information is transported from one location to another using an entangled quantum state. Known as quantum teleportation, this process involves a phenomena called entanglement, which is possible only on a microscale. As mentioned earlier, in classical terms, information is called a bit, and in quantum mechanics, it is called qubit. Whereas quantum entanglement allows teleportation to happen instantaneously, recreation of masses larger than an atom would also need a classical information link between the two locations. This link cannot process information faster than the speed of light, and thus there will be a time delay from point A to point B for teleportation to occur. Source is taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 202. There is a physical evidence of teleportation of structures ranging from sacred ash to larger objects across continent. Example, from Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Bengaluru Adinam to several international locations outside of India. In physics laboratories, the largest distance of experimental teleportation is 143 kilometers. Larger masses made up of multiple atoms would require more time for reassembly, as they still need to use the classical channel in spite of information having preceded it instantaneously through quantum entanglement. Quantum teleportation is actually a process of replication similar to cloning or biological faxing, where the same information is used to create a duplicate exactly like the original object. The object itself is not teleported, but only information about it is captured and used. The main difference between teleportation, as science knows it, and more conventional forms of sending information from one place to another is that this is a process of instantaneous teleportation. In 1998, for the first time, a team of researchers at California Institute of Technology successfully teleported a photon across a distance of approximately 1 meter. However, in the process, the original object was destroyed. Since then, a number of teleportation experiments have been performed. In 2006, physicists at the Niels Bohr Institute, Denmark, led by Eugene Polzik, teleported photons across half a meter and used them to illuminate a cloud of atoms. This was considered a milestone because it involved teleportation between light and matter. In 2013, the research group succeeded in teleporting information between two clouds of gas atoms and to carry out the teleportation. Not just one or few times, but successfully every single time. The results were published in scientific journal, Nature Physics. In stark contrast to these efforts, the teleportation of whole objects and even people is a well-defined practice in the mystical tradition. Unlike in the scientific context, it is not just the vital information about the object, but the object itself which is teleported. Power of teleportation. Teleporting uncommon colored powder from a cup point A to a point B with face-to-face partner. Setting up. For the setting up process, you will need number 1, camera with timestamp. Number 2, Jnana. This is optional. Number 3, any colored powder you have. For example, you can use a turmeric, kumkum, sandalwood, etc. And number 4, 2 clear or white empty cups. Take a few moments to set up your camera. Step number 1, download the timestamp app. Step number 2, click on video. Step number 3, ensure that time is shown on screen. And step number 4, make sure the camera is facing you. Please take a few minutes to set it up. Guidelines. Before we start the power manifestation process, let us get ourselves ready with the setup. Number 1, each partner to find a seat facing each other. Number 2, partner 1 is to have a clear cup filled with any uncommon powder. You will be teleporting the uncommon powder from your clear cup across to the empty clear cup without touching or moving anything. Number 3, partner 2 is to have an empty clear cup. Number 4, wet wipe all the area and objects around the clear cup and yourself. Number 5, ensure camera setup is on the cup at all times. Number 6, turn on the video camera with timestamp. Number 7, video verify your clear cup is empty. And number 8, hold your clear cup upright in front of the camera at all times. Manifestation from space and blessings of Paramashiva. Number 1, partner 1 to hold awareness of teleporting the uncommon powder into the empty cup across to partner 2. Number 2, partner 2 is to connect to receiving the uncommon powder. Number 3, throughout the manifestation, connect to Paramashiva and lightly focus your gaze through your brow center towards your respective cups. Number 4, sit for 21 minutes in a space to complete unclutching, zero thought during the Mahavakya chanting. Number 5, when the chanting subsides, take a close look at both cups and summarize and record the results. Manifestation outcome range. This could be experienced as 1, particles of sacred powder have manifested outside or near cup. 2. Number 2, particles inside cup 2. Number 3, cup 1 completely empty and clean and cup 2 completely filled with uncommon powder. Now number 6, stop the camera. Number 7, celebrate with gratitude. Now that we know what and how to do it, let's get our ready to experience power of teleportation.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting.
Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminders. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are
unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of be unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagwan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness, through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers? They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving. For all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password. And it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagwan gave beautiful explanation of how You can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone. Nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om
Paramashivam. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnana Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Jnana Paramashivam. 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 Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Verification process. Please verify the following. Number 1, time and date stamp appear in your video. Number 2, the video has a wide-angle horizontal view and that the both partners and cups are in full view at all times. Number 3, the video is unedited and the camera remains stationary during the manifestation. Number 4, the video is continuous without stopping and restarting during the manifestation process. Number 5, verify that the teleportation of the plasma from one cup to the other manifested from within the cup, physically before you on its own. Number 6, measure how much colored powder remains in cup 1 and how much is teleported to cup 2. Number 7, video record the result. Number 8, now that the verification process is complete, the next instructions will guide you where to upload and share your video. Thank you so much for your participation.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The Link is tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the Power Manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of Power Manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra. Thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham